Welcome back. In the previous part, we finished off episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout, but now it's time for episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. And he is wearing something very, very fetching there. Nice color scheme, very nice, but I want to know what's going on with this bridge and the knife and the girl and the gun. There's something going on here that's quite interesting, so let us begin. Yes. The girl. Let her go. Oh, well, there we go. Shut up. Come closer, and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Oh my. It's reminding me of Metal Gear Solid 3 right now. With the bridge and everything. I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor Mia Fey. After escaping Falls, met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, we captured on the mountain. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. And that was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Six years earlier, Mia Fey. First trial. February 16th, 9:24 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 4. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I doubt that would happen. I never should have accepted this case. Hey. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill anybody. Terry Falls. My first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape, anyway? Dude. I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. By the way, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. I'm sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. About 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. You did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive! It's true! I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Huh. Hello. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Oh, where is Mr. Grossberg? Huh, that old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices is here for me. So what happens to you? Why do you change your shirt? No. You've got it all wrong. Today you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. Sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax, I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. What happens to you? Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. But was he, though? February 16th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 4. The court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers? Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. You look so young. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia. You can't lose, not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial. Not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping a prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, kitten. Kitten? Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? Testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. So they couldn't prove she was shot then, because they couldn't find the body. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be, exactly, the victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Yes, he fell asleep as well. Is this just a thing? Aha! Truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Objection!
Wait a minute, that's not right. Please hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Fey. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why, you even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Oh, he's got a different coat. Witness? Oh, he's got the same coat and it gets dirty. State your name and occupation. Gumshoe. Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, Mom, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart. It's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir. Right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran of the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss, which is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir. I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. Alright. Okay, looks like a Pokemon map, got it. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. I wonder if like this patch of dirt to the right of Eagle River, under where the bridge is broken, is going to be significant in any way. I feel like it might be. Like I need sort of like a side view again to see what that patch of dirt could be. Like, is it just a bank, or is it trees, or is it like a cliff edge? It's like it's significantly different from everything else on the map. So, what does that mean? The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. Dusky Bridge map? 40 feet above Eagle River, okay. Dusky Bridge map added to the court record. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. That's suspicious. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Just me and get ready. So he went to the dark side. He fell to the dark side. You used to love tea. Amanda, what happened to you? Summary of the incident. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Yes, I'll have dinner tonight. Wait. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. Wait, this is your fall to the dark side, isn't it? This is how it happens. We see you fall to the dark side right here. To this very day you had tea, as you just previously mentioned. Today you had coffee. And you die. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. The court can be a cold battlefield, all right. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness. Everyone's a beginner in here. Huh, you got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. What? Summary of the incident. Okay. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Well, I questioned straight away who's the unknown person, but I need to see... Oh, I was going to say all the evidence. Is there any way to go in there without pressing it? No. Proof of my profession, it's brand new and sparkles in the light. Stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. A client sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 days ago. Police officer and the victim, the key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. A hotshot lawyer, my senior and rival at the office, a bit smug. Dubbed a genius as soon as he started as a prosecutor, today is his court debut. Homicide detective in charge of the initial investigation, still new to his position. There's not much to go on then, so I'm going to press on everything. This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant called her. Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Interesting. I accidentally pressed that. I was like, no, I'm just leaning on the controller. Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk. That's suspicious. Victim's note added to the court record. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. His bright idea was it to keep that note from me. Huh. Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, you're an all-star. Don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? That cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Okay, so let's have a look at that then. It's like we haven't had an investigation, so I need all the evidence, really. I need to understand it all. February 14th, Valentine's Day. 1:21 p.m. Falls 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Dr. Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahlia. So that's where she comes into it. Like she's right. So it's right. We already straight away know like it's clearly going to be Dahlia who's the one who actually did the killing, did the stabbing. All right. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it's a very important place to the defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed the hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime, how nostalgic. That's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we're really on the ball. Found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move, we've got you surrounded." Wait a second. Is there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Huh. That's what had happened, and she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. Yep. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. What have you done, Dahlia? The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. Not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Okay. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Oh, that doesn't look too comfortable. Well, yeah. Crime photo added to the court record. Comfortable. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. Talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? It's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway, we'll press on that. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, Mark. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And he always says... sorry. Told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. Okay. Alright. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. It takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later and Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in this testimony. Trap? Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not! Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. If you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. Sure hope I can find some of those. Well, the day of the... Right, what we got for evidence then? Okay, so we got the autopsy report. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from bloodlust between 4 and 5 p.m., which fits with all the times. 40 feet above the river. Okay. All seems relatively fine to me. Based on what we know, anyway. Confidential police materials written by the victim. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Where's the white scarf? Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Where's the scarf? It's not there. Where's the scarf? Okay. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls, and that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Do you? Yes. Anyway. It's gotta be the scarf. Witness. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Hey there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Ugh. Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Everyone's too young. It's only when you fall to the dark side do you enjoy the dark, bitter, disgusting taste of coffee. May as well have dirt, though. Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, Mom? This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus, this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, Ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. White scarf, yeah. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance? That's blue, so no. Huh. Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. And also, that's really breaking the law, but okay. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested. Yeah, because it's blue. That's why it's not white. Edgeworth, it's blue. It's as white as your bloody waistcoat. But as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. No, it's not. It's blue. It's not white. It's blue. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Worn by the victim, the time of the incident found on Dusky Bridge. Scarf added to the court record. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, it's blue. I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? It's blue, Edgeworth. Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around that smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, that's blue, Edgeworth. Blue. The prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that how do you know that's the same scarf? How do you know that even, was it there on that day? It could have come from anyone else. You said it was drizzling. That would have destroyed any evidence other than the fact it was a scarf, it was muddy, and that it was blue. Miss Hawthorne and Miss Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. Sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. It's blue. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Yet he clearly can't tell. A blue scarf is blue.